Hey everybody, welcome back. Just a quick heads up, the following may contain subject matter not suitable for some viewers. Discretion is advised. There's going to be some wanton violence, some coarse language, grown-up stuff. Grown-up stuff. Alright? On with the show. Hey everybody. Obviously I woke up. As you can tell, I just poured my coffee and I was looking for stuff. Well, before I get into this, a couple of things. One, I had this really weird dream last night where myself and my best friend, not even my best friend, he's my brother at this point. We were cruising around and I don't even remember the layout of the town we were driving through. He was driving, I was passenger. And just the layout of the city, I'd swear we were either in near coastal Portland area, somewhere around there, or in Seattle. And I remember distinctly that local PD had those really old Ford Crown Vics. You know the ones. The Crown Victoria sedans, and they are built like tanks. I thought it was just insanely weird. Speaking of insanely weird, as I was looking for stuff to talk about this morning, there is a subreddit called Not the Onion. It's got 25 point some odd million users that browse through it on a daily. Now, Not the Onion has news stories that you swear were written by the Onion, but it really isn't. And they deal with semi-opinion pieces and whatnot. This one actually came from Newsweek. The headline, and I quote, "United Healthcare CEO may have hired his own killer," according to a former police commander. Literally, I can't make this up for the life of me. Let me take a sip of this gourmet shit first, because, whoa. Oh, man. If you guys ever need a wake-up call, either Kicking Horse or Death Wish. Keep that in mind. All right. Now, get ready to laugh your asses off, folks, or at least chuckle at the absurdity of this all. A former Maryland State Police commander suggested that United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson may have orchestrated his own assassination. While speaking with CNN, Major Neil Franklin told Dana Bash that it is a possibility that Thompson may have hired a gunman to kill him Wednesday morning. Thompson, aged 50, was fatally shot Wednesday around 6:45 a.m. on the street near the Hilton Hotel in Midtown Manhattan. Franklin believes the gunman knew too many details about Thompson's moves. I don't really subscribe to a lot of conspiracy theories, largely because thinking critically, it toes a fine line between showing your intelligence and being batshit. And I like to toe that line between being intelligent and being batshit, if some of y'all don't already know. So anyway, there are times when people have orchestrated their own demise for certain reasons. Makes sense. Bash asked Franklin if he was saying it is a possibility that he hired someone to kill him. Absolutely, Franklin responded. It cannot be ignored. I mean, obviously it can't be ignored. There are several types of insurance fraud. Two of the biggest ones. The first involves automobiles, where the fraudster would get into, a decent looking coupe or sedan, and they would drive the roads, pull in front of their mark, and brake check like hard to the point where, they collide. And the fraudster would ham it up, lie on the police reports and lie on the insurance reports as they're making a claim, and boom, payday. One of the most obvious fraud cases happened not too long ago. It was like 3-4 weeks ago, where a group of people in New York attempted an insurance fraud. I think it was on, if I remember correctly, it was on the Bronx Queens Expressway. And those people did not realize that the person they were trying to scam had a dash cam. And they pulled in front, brake checked, the collision didn't happen. So the idiots had the bright idea to throw the car into reverse and back into the car. And then had the audacity to make the insurance claim saying that the cam car hit them. Dude got his karma, though, because with thanks to internet detectives, the car was found. If I remember correctly, it was found in Westside Brooklyn, and people took it upon themselves to destroy, not just destroy this car, but like mark it up, scratch it up, whatever. Rumor goes around that the tires got slashed. In any event, that scheme fell apart, and I guarantee you they're not going to be doing this shit ever again. The second type of insurance fraud is actually a lot more sinister, in that one would take out, traditionally, a life insurance policy on themselves, and then take it upon themselves to get themselves offed in order for the beneficiaries to collect on the life insurance policy. So basically, what you want to do, well, not want to do, if self-preservation is an instinct you possess, thank you, Mr. Wolf, is you take out the policy, you have someone give that person a cut of the life insurance payout, and your family is set. The reason why I call this second step a lot more sinister is because people would take out life insurance policies on their loved ones, then have them killed, then collect the policy. It's... yeah. Salúdame. I told you I just woke up. Anyway. Now, the second scenario that I laid out has been touched upon in this Newsweek article I'm reading right now. So, in the next couple of paragraphs, it's going into a little bit of detail as to what happened Wednesday morning. They just added a couple of more details. Pre-dawn attack, Thompson was outside the Hilton where United Healthcare was holding its investor conference. Yeah. Times 3. Do I hear 4? No? Okay, cool. At a midday press conference from NYPD headquarters, and we're talking the day of the shooting, police said they believed the shooting was premeditated and pre-planned targeted attack, and that the suspect appeared to be proficient with firearms based on surveillance video that captured the attack. Okay. So, you watch the video, I watched the video, I'm not going to pull it up. One, it's early in the morning and I don't want to tool around when having to have multiple windows open. Secondly, the posture, the way the barrel was trained, how homie handled the recoil. Yeah, it suggested dude has experience handling guns. That's what they're talking about. As of Friday, which was yesterday, at 12:30 p.m., no arrests have been made. Of course not. Franklin said that while he is not saying definitively this is the case with Thompson, people have orchestrated their own death for insurance purposes. What did I talk about earlier? Maybe they fear some type of investigation down the road. Maybe they want to leave their family in a good light. You know, still kind of dark. In April, Bloomberg reported that Thompson was among a handful of senior executives at the company that sold over $100 million in stock before a federal antitrust investigation into United Health was made public. The stock sales happened between October 2023 and February of this year, something that I touched upon in my previous video about this. United Health reportedly received notice in October that the Department of Justice was investigating whether the company's acquisitions violated federal antitrust laws. Very valid. The probe was first reported in February, causing United Health shares to drop on the news. Okay. Thompson's wife, Paulette, told NBC News there had been some threats against her husband, basically, I don't know, a lack of coverage, which I kind of ripped into her about this. Like, if you don't know, if you hear there are some threats against your husband and you want to play it off like, no, I don't know, maybe, you know, it's a lack of coverage. Thompson specifically sold shares on February 16, netting him $15.1 million. This is according to that report. Franklin said he knows the criminal investigators are looking into this theory as a motive. Police haven't revealed a motive for the shooting, but said it appears to have been a targeted and premeditated attack. The words deny, defend, and depose were reportedly found on shell casings recovered from the scene, echoing a phrase that is popular in the insurance industry. This guy knew too much about where he was going to be at a specific time. When you look at the timeline of him coming to that area outside of the Hilton and where he was outside of the Hilton, it is a very small window, not like, you know, he was roaming around. Bash said in response, he knew. Which Franklin said, he was there. He was lying in wait. Who would have that specific type of information? So, there you have it on that. And as I mentioned before, when it comes to news stories and stuff like that, you got to be able to vet your sources. But at the same time, you read something like this and you go, you know what, this does make a lot of sense. And unfortunately, for a small percentage of cases like this, yeah, that is the case. We don't know specifically how things went down. Maybe Paulette Thompson hired the guy and gave him the information he needed to take her husband out and possibly set herself up for the rest of her life. Who knows? I certainly don't know. While it does make sense when you sound it out, it still remains, as far as the investigation goes, slightly outside the realm of possibility. But as an investigator, you got to look at all angles and all possibilities. So that's what we're looking at. And man, yeah. Anyway, we're going to be vibing to some ducks. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I think starting Tuesday. Yeah, starting Tuesday, I'll be doing a hardcore playthrough of Skyrim. So basically, it's similar to like a Pokemon Nuzlocke, where the difficulty gets cranked up to max, and I get one shot. One shot. If and when my character dies, that's it. That's a permadeath. And you got to start over from the beginning. So that's something to look forward to. It'll be next week. Till then, let's vibe out to some ducks while I wake the fuck up. Oh, man. Seriously, this is some gourmet shit. Death Wish coffee, baby.